2, 1. Welcome to Sugar and Spice.
That's never happened to me before. That just scared. Oh my god, that could have actually fucked you up. I'm freaking traumatized. I'm actually gonna have to have a minute. I'm about to cry. Well, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Sugar and Spice, the podcast. Wow. Right, well, let's get drinking. Let's get boring.
Let's go.
Well, was an intense beginning. We popped off.
Cheers, girl. Episode 5.
Cheers. Okay, guys. Well, welcome back to the podcast.
Very nice. Welcome back. Oh, what's the crack today? What's going on?
Wow, I don't even know if I'm feeling sugary or spicy after that. I'm feeling traumatized. So, let's get straight into it.
Let's go.
So, are you feeling sugary or spicy?
I am feeling spicy.
I agree. I do agree. We're going to London later, so I feel like, and we're going for a friend's birthday, so I feel like we're just spicing it up tonight.
Have a little pre-drink on a Thursday. We're crazy. And I feel like we've got a lot coming up.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
There's
I do agree.
Yeah, there's a lot coming up for us.
Really is. It's our birth month, so it's already a lot.
Always busy.
Today,
what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Well, I just got some fun little things to talk about.
Love that.
Some little topics.
Yeah, I've got one big topic.
Yeah, we've talked about one big topic that we've both got things to say about.
Yeah,
and then I just came up with a few more topics just so we can talk about other things as well.
Let's start with your topics.
Okay. So they're just like very random, really. There's not really like a genre to it.
Yeah, and if you want to get a little pre-drink with us as well, get a drink going, that'll be cute.
Get going. Cheers if you are.
Okay, cheers, guys.
My first one is, what do you think is your toxic trait?
Oh God.
Go on, what do you... No, I actually don't know what you're gonna say, by the way.
You're gonna be here all day. No, I'm joking.
No, we're not.
The old me.
Yeah.
My toxic trait. Okay, let me have a little quick thing. Okay, I think maybe one of my more toxic traits, which I am actually really working on. I feel like I sometimes like to control situations and control behaviors. But I'm not controlling. That sounds really bad. But like
what? Like, give me an example.
So, wait, okay, hold on. Let me think. Actually, no, that's not even true because I really don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Okay.
I didn't think you were going to say that. When I said...
What do you think?
I thought you were going to say about, like social media and stuff.
Okay.
I would say, like, with past... We kind of really talked about this ourselves, but with, like, past relationships, there's been times where I've seen your point of view, and then there's been other times where I'm like, I think you're overthinking.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe a little bit of...
Yeah, like, so that's kind of...
a bit obsessive on that. Like, checking followings and stuff.
Yeah.
That's quite toxic.
Not anymore, but...
But I would say that. But what else would you... I would say, do you know what? I think one of my...
Yeah, go on. What's yours?
One of my toxic... Yeah, I've actually thought of one.
Okay, go on.
I don't... It's not specific... Is toxic trait specific for a relationship, or is it... You can be...
No, it can be generally. Like... Yeah, it can be general.
I would say then, I am really bad at, like... If I've planned something in my head... and that's how it's going, if it gets like changed, or like someone cancels on me, or like it gets changed somehow, I'm really bad.
You've gotten so much better.
I have got better. I feel like I've got so much more like easygoing. That's my thing, like trying to get more easygoing and like not care about things, like even little things. Like I'm just, when it comes to hygiene and like drinking out of my drink, I'm like,
Bella used to be so bad with
so bad,
like sharing drinks and kind of just like, it's more like saliva
backwash and like,
but she's gotten so much better. I remember like you were like, one time I was like, wow, Bella, you've got so much better like sharing drinks and stuff. Like she'd always be like, I'm trying to try this, do you want to do this? And I was at one point I was like, girl, what's going on?
Alexandra always says it as well. She's like, wait, I can try my drink. And I was like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sure. And you really worked on becoming, you said, more flexible.
Yeah, I really tried that.
That's good. That's good.
More flexible and like easygoing. Like, I can do that.
Yeah, I get you.
It's fine. Yeah. We can work with it.
But yeah, I do get what you're saying though. Like when you have like a plan in your head and you've kind of like set things up around that plan, when it changes, then it's a bit like, sorry, that's not necessary.
Yeah, I would say that's like kind of, and I don't I make it very obvious I'm annoyed. I can't hide when I'm annoyed. You know I'm annoyed.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah.
There's
that's
there's
true.
no controlling how I feel.
That made me think of mine actually.
Yeah.
I think one of my toxic traits is probably is more around the people that I'm like very comfortable with. So if I do this around you, then lucky you, I'm comfortable around you. Yeah, like if I am feeling grumpy or moody or tired, I don't like try and filter that out necessarily. Like I kind of am like, my sister actually told me this the other day. Thanks, Guy. She was like, if you like when you're feeling grumpy or tired or moody, you don't like you just really show that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's maybe one of them. If I'm around people that like I don't feel like I can be that comfortable in front of, then I will try and be like,
Yeah.
But even then, actually, I feel like I struggle a bit. So that's maybe one of them. But also, that's just me being real with how I feel. Like if I'm feeling that way, then I will.
I think
show
also
that.
if I am like grumpy, tired, or moody though, I feel like if I'm then doing something like fun or like I enjoy the person's company or something, then I kind of switch out of it because I'm not having a good time. So it kind of takes your mind off it. So I do sometimes think like being with like people's
it's you guys that are making me feel happy. I'm trying to think if I've got any other ones. I used to be quite quick to anger. Again, I've sort of reeled that in and worked on that. Like I used to be kind of explosive when it comes to like if I was feeling angry, I would be like and now I try to just take a deep breath. Just think about things I'm grateful for. Move on.
I'm fine. No, I also think it comes with age.
Yeah. So
it comes with age. You mature and you think that there's like worse things in life. Like it's not the end of the world. Whereas I think when you're young, you're like, this is the end of me. Like,
and it depends of like what state of mind you're in. Like if you're in a stressful state of mind and you've like got loads going on, then it's difficult to like be in control of your emotions. If you like are more peaceful, then I feel like you're way more in control.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, cool.
Love that. Next one.
At least we're self-aware.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one. Okay. What do you think about social media? Because like obviously like our siblings, I feel like didn't have it as much because we both have like older siblings.
Oh yeah, we're the youngest.
Yeah, we're the youngest, and we both have like way older siblings. So like our siblings and like our parents didn't have it, and like now it's getting crazier and crazier, and like people that are younger than us, it's like even more so.
Yeah,
like, we didn't even have it like some other younger people have it now. So what do you think?
It's weird. I think there is obviously like a big downside to it when it comes to like comparing yourself to people on social media and like seeing other people's like just their best parts. But I think that
there's pros and cons to
it. Like I look at myself and I look at like maybe like the older generation, and I do think I feel like they have just as many problems as we do.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think me personally, and I know that it's different for everyone, but I think that being on social media and like having access to way more things and like way more like just seeing other people's point of views way more, because I feel like nowadays people really like put their opinions and stuff out there. I actually feel like I have become way more aware of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, like
I take everything with a pinch of salt, and I think it's really important. Like if you have a child or whoever on social media, you have to let them know that it's not real life, and I think it's everyone's responsibilities to like make sure that everybody knows that, because if I was on social media and I didn't know that, then I could imagine it would really fuck with my head. But I feel like I'm at a point where I'm like very self-aware and like it's not real life. Do you know what I mean? Like
I think also as when we say pros and cons, like there's the cons of when you like look at people, you're like, oh my god, I wish I could be them, like their life looks amazing. But like also the pros are like there's so many things to like help you as well on social media. When it comes to like if you want to do something with yourself, there's so many things you can go on, like TikTok for example, and like how to do this. And also I think it has opened like loads of like jobs as well. Like
it's true.
So many jobs, and like even just like generally like online, like people can work from home. I know that's not quite social media, but like even things like people can just work from home, like that was never a thing. Like,
for sure.
Well, I just think also, as you said, like I think people just need to know that it is people's highlights and not everyone's always. And I think it's good because I think a lot of like influencers, for example, do try and say as much as they can, like, this is like my best part. So, like and sometimes nowadays they even get on their stories and they're like, I'm feeling really rubbish at the moment. Or like the past few days I've been feeling really rubbish, so that you know that their life isn't perfect.
I feel like social media can be really beneficial if you curate your algorithm to like
positive things.
To like suit you. Like don't follow people that make you feel rubbish. Don't follow people that like that you look at and you're like, oh my god, why am I not like that, blah blah. Like follow like things that make you feel inspired. Follow things that like teach you, like give you a little bit of information each day, and then I think that it can turn into a positive. The only thing is like I think people call it like doom scrolling, like when you're just scrolling for like
keep going,
and it's hard to snap yourself out of it. But then I guess it's like everyone's responsibility, if you're in a position to do so, to like set yourself
a timer.
Yeah, exactly. Like take precautions to like not
even
end up in that hole,
or even like look at the time and be like, okay, I have till like this time.
Yeah, it's like being active about like.
But also, again, I literally feel like I say this with everything. But again, I think it comes with age. Like I was talking to Yannick and my cousin Louis, who we've mentioned both in the podcast already.
Honorable mentions.
I was talking to them the other day about like social media and stuff, and they had both said how they'd like kind of stopped following gym girls and like
interesting,
like fit girls, because they were like, it's just like not what I want to be following. I don't want it to be popping up on my on my feed all the time and stuff. And I thought that's quite interesting, because you always just think that the boys do want to be following like the girls and stuff, but like I found it quite interesting that they both, and also like no offense Louis, love you lots babes, but like
me too,
I just am so like, I was just like, wow, like I always think of like Louis always, you know Louis. I feel like we always quite think of him like loving the girls, and like he's always like a girl's girl. He is quite
he's a ladies man.
He's a ladies man. That's the one. He's a ladies man. So I was quite like, wow, I love that. Like the maturity is like kicking
it's
in,
good. Love a bit of maturity.
So I was like, oh wow, proud kind of. So
it's good.
My next one is, what is your insecurity? Do you have any insecurities? Do you have any insecurities? And if so, what are they?
Okay. I don't know. I feel like everyone's obviously got insecurities, but they've become way less of a thing for me now since doing like really like putting in the effort to like.
All right. So what were they then?
Okay. I feel like, or like also they go through phases. Like
I'm sure people can relate.
Yeah, like one week it will be like something physical. Next week it could be something else. You know what I mean? It really depends on the time and the situation. I feel like I used to always be very insecure like about my body. I grew up doing like dance and gymnastics, so I feel like it was never like really, really awful, but I like remember like you're just always like comparing yourself, and you're always in front of a mirror, and you're always in tight leotards and stuff like that. So I remember always having a thing of like, oh my god, like this is my body, like I need it to look a certain way and so I feel like that was definitely a thing. But I feel like you can, like, if you're lucky, and obviously everyone is completely different, but I feel like if you do have like those sorts of insecurities, you can really kick it by actively working on it. Which is actually one of the big topic I want to talk about, is like how to become more confident. So it kind of ties into that, and we'll speak about that like in a little bit. But I feel like maybe my body at some points, I used to be so insecure about my eyebrow. It's got a scar all the way through it. Like I swear to God, when I don't know what year it was, maybe like year 8, year 9, year 10, maybe even year 11. The scar that goes through my eyebrow, because when I was a baby, I think like I don't even know what it was. Either my veins got tangled or something happened. So I've got a scar that goes like right through this eyebrow. And the amount of stress that I've put myself through about this scar in my eyebrow, like I don't even think about it. But even when I was getting ready, I was like, let me just fill in my scar. Like it doesn't affect me nowadays. But oh my God, I used to like lose my shit over this scar. Like I used to, I'm not going out. My eyebrows are so uneven. Like I hate this. Like literally like went crazy. And then I got my eyebrows microbladed and solved most of my issues. But yeah, my eyebrow was a massive one, which is so random. Like
I don't know, but I think when something like that is on your face and everyone can see it, everyone's gonna be insecure about that.
And the more you focus on it, the more you think people are looking and But yeah, I feel like my eyebrow was definitely one. What about you?
I think also, wait one second, with that you said about your eyebrow, I think even like when I was younger, if I had like, I've never been like really, really, really spotty, but I would always get the one big spot that would like pop out, and I'd be like, oh my God, all I can see every time I look at myself is this fat spot on my face. And everyone else would be like, I can't, like I really don't notice it as much as like I think you're overthinking it a bit. 100%. And I think that was probably with your eyebrow as well. Like you knew it was there, you literally could only focus on that. Like whenever I had this big spot, I would literally look and my eyes would go straight to that spot, and I think, oh my God, go away, get off my face.
And literally.
So I think it's definitely what you focus on most. But I think when it is on your face and everyone can see that the most, you're like, oh, like if you had a scar like on your tummy,
it's not something you can hide.
So yeah, I get you. I would say I feel like I would say I'm not like massively insecure. I would say mainly, I would say like body image. If I had to pick something, like I feel like I'm quite confident within myself.
Yeah.
But if I could change something, then yeah, I would love to be like a
Yeah.
little bit more toned and a little bit slimmer and a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But and then I also think like I've watched so many people like lose weight, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys have done insane, but they're still not happy with themselves. And I'm like,
yeah,
how are you not happy? Like I would die to be that size. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's an inside thing,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's just
not
all it's crazy. Like
yeah,
it's been so many people that I've seen that's lost weight, and then they're like, oh, I wish I could go like that. And I'm like, oh my god, but like, imagine you before, like you probably wish you could look like you are now. Now you've got that, you're not happy, and it's like that's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, I think the
Do you know
thing
what I mean?
is like with like being content and like being happy, you always kind of like say you make a drastic change. So say for example, like you get like you're insecure about your boobs, right? And you feel really bad that you're like your boobs are not big enough, you want a boob job, whatever. You get the boob job, and for the first however long you spike in happiness and you're like, oh my god, I feel so confident, but like actually deep down you go back to like your base level.
Yeah.
So it's like
there's always something.
There's
if it's
always
not your
something.
boobs, then it will be your bum.
Yeah.
And if it's not your bum, it's your belly. And
it's just like always something. I just think it's so important to just like not feed these insecurities. Like when you can, just try to not give them the attention, because the more energy you put into it, the more it's going to affect you. And that's something I've written down to talk about later.
And I think also, again, like when it comes to like, for example, you saying about your boobs getting done and stuff, I think you need to like appreciate your own natural beauty and how you're different in certain ways, instead of, because like there's so many people these days, and I'm not against like getting your boobs done or your bum done or like your face done or whatever, but I think that everyone's just like getting the same kind of things done and eventually kind of looking similar to others because they've all got the same features now, because they've all got the same, like, do you know what I mean? I think it's so nice to like actually just be yourself and like
and look different. And it's such a cliche thing to say, because I feel like people say that all the time, like embrace like your quirks and and like when you're not in the state of mind to accept that, you're literally like, oh my god, shut up please, like you're just like saying stuff to say stuff. But I do think, again, it comes with age, doesn't it? Like you get to a point where you're like, actually, I really like that about myself. Like, I do think like some things that used to be my insecurity and now things that I like, that I love, like my freckles, for example. Like I used to be like, oh, I just wish my face was just like, had no freckles. I mean, you can't really tell at the moment because I've got like foundation on, but now I'm like, oh my god, I will like purposely get a sunbed so like my freckles come out. Do you know what I mean? Like I love it, and it's and it feels good to get to that point where like your insecurities become like something that you actually really love and that like sets you apart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that.
I think even like little things like my teeth. I think my teeth. I've never had braces or anything done with my teeth.
Your teeth are so good.
Yeah, my teeth are pretty good, but there's like certain things about my teeth that annoy me. But my mum's friends are always like, no, it's so cute and quirky, like that little bit, like this tooth's a bit over on that one, like by the tiniest bit.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect, but they're like, oh no, but that's so cute and quirky. And I look at people that have had their teeth like fully done, and again, it just looks like everyone else's. Whereas I look at their old teeth and I think, oh, your teeth actually like kind of looked cute before. Like, they were quite cute before you like changed them all up, and now they look like the person next to you.
Yeah,
do you know
so
what I
true.
mean?
And I feel like some people like are in that mindset where they do want to look like everyone else, and that's so fine. But
it's so
I like
fine.
just getting to a point where you can like appreciate it is like it's good.
And actually, what you said about boobs, talking about boobs, when we were younger, Lucie.
Oh my god, that's something I was really insecure about, my boobs. I was like, oh my god, I have no boobs. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, and I said to Lucie, I was like, I actually think small boobs are I think they're so cool. And like, so good.
And you like genuinely meant it as well. Like, you literally, like, you can wear whatever top you want.
Without
like,
a bra.
You were like, your small boobs are so great.
And I showed this girl, and her figure was insane, and she had small boobs, and I was like, look at her in a bikini. She, like, her small little boobs, with her little peachy bum, like, she looks so good. She looks insane.
No, legit. And then ever since Bella like said that, I was she's like, oh my god, you're so right. And like, I don't know what it was that like
it just switched.
Yeah, it like literally like switched, like it switched, flipped a switch in me, where I was like, oh my god, I love my small
Yeah.
boobs. Like, yeah, ever since you said that, it like
Yeah.
flipped to.
I mean, big boobs are great as well. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, we've had a friend that's had a boob job and she loves it, and that's great.
Oh
for her.
yeah, and
Do
they
you know
look
what I mean?
great.
And they look great.
Shout out, Megan.
Yeah.
We love you, boobs,
Yeah.
girl.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can get a boob job and they'll look great as well. But
Yeah.
I think small boobs.
To appreciate what you have first, and then if you do really want to change something, then go
exactly.
ahead.
And if that makes you happy, and
Yeah.
there's no regrets, then I'm
yeah,
glad.
if you're doing it for the right reasons. I feel like everyone says that, don't they? Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
true.
true.
It's fine, but
True.
it's true.
True that. And let's get a refill.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, let's get a refill.
Yeah, why we got empty drinks
Red
over here?
man, girl. Next one, let's go.
Next one, you like my questions? So
Love
far?
it. They're really good. Well done.
Thank you. This is a cute one. Okay, what advice would you give your younger self?
Because you really pulled out the bag with these topics.
Yeah.
Girl, it's so good.
I feel like this whole episode we've been saying, and it comes with age. It comes with age. So I think there's a lot to say.
That's true. Like, well, if it comes with age, then what would you
tell your younger self? Because I feel like I would probably tell my younger self quite a bit. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah, go on.
I'll start. I would tell my younger self, first of all, to step out of your comfort zones. Don't care what people think about you. Like, just do it.
Facts.
Yeah, get
Big
on with
facts.
it. Just do it. Step out your comfort zones. Don't care what people think about you. Like, just get going and like be yourself. Have a good time, and I think you would do really well.
Yeah.
Little Bella, you do really
well. You're doing good, honey.
No, but I think I really do, because I think when I was younger, I think like obviously you're always going to help people think to an extent. But I think when I was younger, I cared that little bit too much, where I actually missed out on opportunities because I cared too much.
Yeah. I feel like I would tell my younger self.
Oh, sorry, one more thing. And never give up. I would tell my younger self, never give up.
Nice.
Keep going. Don't give up. Keep going.
In what sense?
Like for example, like I used to make like little YouTube videos, and I really enjoyed doing it, but there was a lot of work behind it, and like the ideas of like doing them and stuff. And I feel like even someone came up to me the other day, like, okay, I said the other day, like a few months ago, and was like, oh my god, like I used to love your YouTube videos, like Shame You Socks. And I was like,
oh my god. Pulled on my heartstrings.
Yeah, like, only you told me that when I was doing it.
Yeah, legit.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I just think like if I carried on doing that, I could have actually been maybe a little bit more successful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't have known. Like, because obviously, like, behind the podcast, and obviously we've like just started it, like not that long ago. There's just so many like technical things that you have to deal with, and I feel like without doing that, you wouldn't have known half the stuff that we are having. Like, not problems, but like sorting out the sound, editing the video, blah blah blah. Like, it's good. Yeah, I feel like everything does happen for a reason.
No, it does, and I think also, like, doing a podcast is actually like us doing this podcast. It's really nice to have someone there, like, helping you do it.
It's true.
So like it's so much more like motivating.
Yeah.
And,
just so true.
It's just funner as well. It's just so much more enjoyable. I feel like I really enjoyed it so far.
Like, even like texting each other, like, oh my god, so excited to film the episode today, or like, oh my god, so excited to like drop our episode on Sunday. Like, we're like really excited about it, and like having someone there to share those like things with, it's actually so fun.
It's really cute, right? I know, right? And I feel like we're actually a really good team. I was telling my mum actually earlier. I was like, it's so jokes, because it's not jokes. It's so like great. Whatever. you get the point. But it's just so great, because like I feel like there's certain things that I'll know how to do, and there's certain things you know how to do, and then like it's literally like we know how to do the opposite things, and then I'll be like, oh wait, how do I do this? And then Lucie would tell me, and then vice versa. And it's like
literally
we literally just fit together.
When we were uploading our first episode, I'd literally be like, oh my god, like I don't know how to do this. Like, would pass Ben on my phone, she's like, oh look, you just press this, and like the same thing.
It was like it
worked so well as a team.
Yeah.
Cheers. I would tell my younger self, just to trust yourself a bit more. Like, I mean, like, I wouldn't tell them anything, because I'm really happy with how my life is panned out. But just trust yourself a bit more. Like, you don't need to go into situations feeling like worried or scared or whatever, because it's just like a waste of energy. So I just say, like, trust yourself.
Yeah, and I think again, like, there's been probably like multiple times in everyone's life where they're like really nervous for something, but it's only because you care. And I think everything happens for a reason. So like, if you are really nervous for something, just like do the best you can, and if it didn't work out, then something better.
Yeah. Do you know what she won't mind me saying, but my niece, she really struggles with like anxiety, and I always tell her, like, at the moment especially, I'm just like, do it scared. Like if you're scared for something, do it scared. And there's so many reasons and stuff behind to why you should just do something, even if you're terrified of it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I would say that to my younger self as well. Like, if you're scared to do something, okay, fine, that's so fine that you feel that way.
Yeah.
But just still do it.
Do it.
Like, don't let your mind put you off something because you're worried about the repercussions, or you're worried about how it might go, or whatever you're worried about. Like, just do it scared. And you just, it will.
It's so true. Because even like a little thing, like for example, like when I went on my first date with Yannick, I literally was so close to not showing up. And imagine
you were saying in the first episode, like you were literally like,
imagine if I didn't
gonna cancel.
Yeah, imagine if I didn't show up. Like that would be crazy.
Do you know what that thought process goes through my mind so much recently? Like every time I'm like about to do something, and my mind tells me, oh no, like what if you can't, or what if you're not good enough, or blah blah. Like it's like a limiting belief. As soon as I have a limiting belief, just like switch it and be like, but what if it could be the best thing ever? Like, literally. And if it's not, so fine. But like if you tell yourself that, like to stop yourself from chickening out of something, I think it's so beneficial.
Yeah.
So should we go into how to
let's talk about
okay, how to be more confident. We've both written things down.
Yeah.
We don't know what each other have written, but maybe like
there's probably a few similar ones.
True. And
I'm sure we think similar on this whole situation.
For sure.
Okay. Well, I'll go with
go on.
Like one of mine was, I think, just like being the best version of yourself, because I think when you feel good, you're gonna feel more confident, obviously. And I actually thought of a little like one of my other ones, which is quite similar, was to just like make yourself feel good. And like when I say make yourself feel good, it's not even necessarily like put makeup on and like look pretty. But if that makes you feel good, great, go for it, do it. Like, but I think even just like a little thing like having a shower and like brushing your teeth and like refreshing your face by like washing it and stuff, and you feel more like refreshed, and like your hair's like slicked back, or your hair like is like brushed or whatever. Just even that little thing of like making yourself feel like refreshed and good.
It's like we were saying confident. Like holding yourself in a really high regard, that like, because if your friend said to you like, oh, I really want to like do my hair like this, like chances are you'd probably be like, oh, I'll do it for you. Do you know what I mean? So like treating yourself like in a good way is like that's true.
And I think just even as we said, it's like it's not all about looks and everything, but like if you look good, you're gonna feel better. As I said, it doesn't have to be makeup and like going to the hairdressers and like looking insane in that way. But just even the little thing of like
to make like putting in that effort for yourself, like, and treating yourself nicely. It's like realizing that it's sometimes it's not easy. Like some people like are really confident, and that's fine. It's like kind of just like a natural instinct for them. But some people have to like really work on it, like the same way some people have to like, I don't know, like some people are really good natural drivers. Like when they start learning how to drive, they're like so fine, pick up really quickly. But some people really have to work on it and like put in the effort to do that. So I feel like for everyone it's not natural and it doesn't come easy, but I feel like working on it is like really important. Like because like you said, it like literally opens up so many doors, it opens up opportunities, like everything. Like when you work on yourself and your self-confidence, everything else just falls into place. And that's something I learned like I think last year, like, or maybe the year before that. So write down things I've learned at the end of the year. And I think it was like working on yourself and your confidence and like just being content with yourself, like is so important because it like the repercussions are like so good.
My next one is like, and I think I've said this to you before, like you need to think you're the shit. Like I think like just thinking, and this isn't even in a cocky way, because like it's just not in a cocky way at all, but like if you think that you're like it, like you just need to think so highly of yourself, because like if you think highly of yourself, then other people will think highly of you. And I think it's so important. Like I think if you walk into the room and you think you look great, everyone else is gonna be like, oh my god, they look insane. Whereas if you walk into the room and you're a bit like,
and there's literally studies that show that like it's all like law of attraction. Like if you don't know about law of attraction, then like 100% like look it up. I'm not going to sit here and like explain the whole thing about it, but it's so true. Like believing something, just it makes it happen.
And I think I have been really lucky when it comes to like self-confidence, because I think I've just been like really confident throughout like kind of my whole life.
That is good.
I feel like I've just always been really confident, like as I said before, I've cared about what people think, but then I also don't care. Like I actually, there's been
like when
times,
it comes down to it.
yeah, when it comes down to it, like if it comes to like, if someone said to me, go talk to that person over there, cool, I'm over there.
Yeah, you're so good at that. Like social situations, you're just like,
yeah. And I think like, I feel like I've always tried to like push my friends into the situation as well. Where
that
like,
is
you
so
go,
true.
you go do that. Even when we were younger, I would say that there was times where you would be like, oh, can you just order for me as well? And I'd be like, no.
Yeah, true. You're
Get
very
up and
like,
go
yeah,
order
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Like, don't, because I think it's just like a vicious cycle as well. Like if you get used to that, then that's what you get used to, and then it ends up being like that. Whereas I just think, no, go do it. Like
like push yourself out your comfort zone.
Experiencing
things out of your comfort zone, like you were saying. It really like it just like it is such a catalyst for improving your self-confidence. Like just pushing yourself out your comfort zone, because you realize like, oh my gosh, even though I didn't feel completely comfortable in that situation, I still did it, and I survived, and I'm fine, and I'm good, and like chances are you did a really good job of whatever you were doing as well.
Agree. And I think also, even if you did do a good job, it's not the end of the world. Like first of all, everyone makes mistakes. Second of all, like no one's perfect. I think I need a third of all.
I need to keep this sentence flowing.
Third of all, it is what it is.
Third of all, life moves on.
Yeah, literally, life moves on. Like, I think there's so many things that like I probably did when I was younger that I can't even remember. Like that was awful. Like at the time. Now, honestly, I think again, you look back and you're like, I can't believe I was so upset about that. Like, that wasn't even that deep. It literally wasn't that deep. Like, that's kind of embarrassing. I cried about that.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
No, not embarrassing, because you know, like your feelings are so valid.
No regrets.
Yeah, I feel like another thing to like be like to improve your confidence is self-talk.
Yes, I had this down.
Did you? Yeah. Good. I feel
positive affirmations.
Yes, yeah. So I teach dance, and I like teach girls like all the way from like 3 years old. No, maybe not 3, maybe like 4 or 5, all the way up to like 18, 19, 20. So it's funny because I get to see those girls because I see them like 4 times a week as well. So like I really watch like their journeys with self-confidence, because obviously like dance, I teach dance. I don't teach school. If I didn't make that clear. I watch like how they're feeling, how they're growing, like self-confidence, whatever. I make sure that like in like the majority of my classes at the beginning, especially with my younger ones as well, I will make them all stand in the mirror. And I know people always say like affirmations in the mirror, like you should do it, but like it honestly helps so much, especially if you install that from a young age. I always make sure I'm like, okay, before we start, everyone go find a space in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, you're talking to yourself, and I'll make them repeat after me like, I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm hardworking, I'm talented, I love my hair, I love my skin, I love my eyes, I love myself. And then I get them to turn to the person next to them and say, you're so great, well done, like blah blah. Turn to the next person, tell them that you're proud of them. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's really good.
Mirror talk and self-talk is so important, and kind of just like recognizing when your brain is going into that kind of rhythm of being like, oh, I hate this about myself, or oh, like that's not good, like kind of like recognizing that and like flipping that switch in your head that when you catch yourself saying those things to yourself, like stop that, like put an end to it.
And no one's perfect.
Yeah,
no
like true. Yeah,
no one is perfect. So like even if there is like something that like is bothering you about yourself, like I think you need to learn to love it a little bit.
Yeah, like you just have to learn to be like, okay, I'll work on that then. Like,
but also
telling
yourself something positive in the mirror, like in your brain, it just like links it together. Like it looks at yourself and it hears what you say, and it like links it.
Yeah.
And if you do it often, then I think it does. That's when you start to like brings it back to like thinking that you are it. You are that bitch.
You're the it girl.
Yeah, you're the it girl. Pick yourself up. Be proud of what you've done. Like.
And obviously,
he's fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you know? And this is the thing as well. Like, I always say this to like, if I'm talking to like one of my dance girls about like confidence or whatever, like there is something that I always say, and I give this advice to like as many people as I can. It's like, just for 60 seconds, or if you can't do that, 30 seconds, if you can't do that, 10 seconds, like just imagine that you do not care. Just for like, honestly, like a short amount of time, pretend that you don't care, like whatever the situation, pretend that you do not have a care in the world. Feel how that feeling feels, and fall in love, and fall in love with that feeling, and like be like, okay, like if you're so hung up about something, say it's like you're conscious of like your outfit that you're wearing to an event or something, you just for 10 seconds be like, this does not bother me in the slightest. Think that, feel it, and fall in love with that feeling.
I think you just need to be your biggest fan, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be your biggest fan. And if you can't be, then you need to work on that. I know you didn't know you. But yeah, you need to be your biggest fan. You need to like look at yourself and think, nah, I look good. I feel good. I am great.
Big facts, big facts.
Even like just being a good person and a nice person and knowing that you've done well and you're good.
Because like what you give out to the universe is what you're gonna receive.
It's true. It's true.
You get me?
No, but it's so true.
No, yeah,
I
like
so
it is what you like, the energy and the vibes that you put out most of the time is going to be what you receive back. So if you're being a bitch, if you're thinking bad things about people, quit it. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird, and you're just going to feel that way about yourself.
Yeah, like, I think you just be good vibes.
Yeah, be good vibes all the fucking time.
No, literally, I honestly
love that.
One more thing that I've said throughout the episode is just try not to care what people think of you. I think if you try your best not to care too much, obviously they're all going to have a little bit of something, but if you don't care that much, I think it's good. Like, there's been times where, like, for example, I've just not cared what people, it goes out the window and I don't care what people think, and I act like a weirdo and I'm weird but I don't care. Like, I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's like the best
time. Having a good time. And do you know what?
Yeah.
When I was in Jamaica, I went clubbing. I wore sliders because I was like, I want to have a good time. I'm going to be dancing. I'm going to be living it up. And I went with other girls and they were all in heels and they turned up in heels looking really sexy and nice. And I thought, oh no, I'm in my sliders.
Have I made a mistake?
Yeah. I was in my like little Yeezy slides. Like, they're not even like the nicest sliders possible. They like are very casual. And I was like, no, wait, what? Why are you like, first of all, why are you comparing yourself to them? Because like, you're not them. You shouldn't care. And I was also like, you're not going to have uncomfortable feet tonight. Your feet are gonna feel good. You're gonna be dancing around and they're gonna have painful feet. So I literally, and it was within seconds my whole brain thought about that, and I was like, I don't even care. Like, I actually don't care. And then we ended up having to buy a table because their feet were hurting and they had to sit down, and they had sat down for the whole night, and I was there
cutting shapes out here.
I was like dancing my heart out, all my music was coming on, and I had such a good time. I was vibing away, and like even everyone that I was with was like, cool, you were like getting your moves are popping out, and I was like, yeah, I was having a good time. And I didn't care what people thought, that I was just because I was wearing some sliders.
And it's like putting yourself and your freedom and your happiness first.
Yeah, like I was just dancing around having a great time. Like, a lot of people again feel like they can't. Like, I was popping. I was bothered.
You should have seen her. I wasn't there, but I know what it looks like.
Do you remember in Amsterdam when I was on the dance floor? Like,
you love a dance. And in Tenerife as well, when you were like,
oh my God. I literally, like, when a good song comes on, I just
can't help myself.
I can't help myself.
I want to dance tonight. I hope like the pub.
I hope it was fun.
Like music.
It's not a pub, is it? Is it a pub?
Well, what do you think it's gonna be?
I thought it was like
a bar vibe.
Yeah, more like bar vibes, like cool lights and like good music and like.
Well, maybe I'm sure Fuzz hasn't chosen like a pub vibes.
I think it's not.
No, it's gonna be vibes. It's gonna be good.
We haven't looked it up. We should look it up.
We probably should look it up. We don't even know where we're going. Okay, right, guys.
We gotta go.
We gotta go to the birthday party.
We are actually running a little bit late.
We are. What's the time? Cool, +5. Okay.
That sounds so early. We're like, the birthday party, cool, +5.
+5. But we'll get to London.
Yeah, we've got to get to London.
Customs that.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Yeah. Follow us on everything. Our socials will come up at the end on our outro. So go follow us. Yeah. We love you.
We do. And thank you for the support, honestly.
Yeah, thanks for the support.
We've been loving the support. Everyone's so nice. And share with your friends.
Yeah. Send it to someone that you think might like it.
Yeah. And honestly, rate us on Spotify because that's really helps us.
Oh, yeah, actually. If you could
like, subscribe on YouTube.
Even if you're watching this on YouTube right now, just go on Spotify and just click the 5 stars for us, please.
And if it says you need to watch the episode first, just play like a few 5 seconds.
Skip it. Yeah. Love that. Okay, guys, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Mwah!